Hey, thank you guys for tuning in to FOSA Spotlight, where you're in the right place if you want to be inspired to be empowered. I am your host, Crystal Boyd. What a pleasure it is to be here each and every time, because you know I love these micro episodes. It never goes old for me. But one day, one of these things will change. And speaking of change, and that change in a good way, meaning you evolve. A company always evolves or should to greater heights. Which brings me to our topic today. And I'm pretty sure you can guess what direction that was heading to. And it has to do with change. Adapt. I think this is adapting is such a beautiful it's a beautiful word, subject matter within itself. And you know me. Oh, yes, you know me by now. And so what does that mean that I have for you guys? I have the definition and I have like a whole little, so we're going to start on this basis, right? So adapt, make something suitable for a new use or purpose. Become adjusted to new conditions and alter to make it suitable for filming, all that. Like, we're not going to use that. And here we go. Vocabulary.com has some interesting definition and meaning on this one. So it means that he or she is able to make changes in response to his or her environment. The ability to adapt or adaptability is a great quality to have. If you are an employee of a company that is going through a lot of changes, or if you are an animal in nature, having to weather different seasons or climate changes. That makes me think. Well, we know we're going to incorporate, we're going to experience a lot of change in our life. And some of it we can prevent, and some of it is just inevitable, like growing and aging. Those are inevitable changes. But some of the ones that we can be a little bit more proactive on and involved in, I think are resisted more. And I have to speak for myself. I remember at one time in my life where, I was frustrated with change. I said, oh my gosh, how much change can happen? It just required a new level of thinking, a new way of operating, a new this and a new that. And my system was like overload. And so now today, and I have a friend that's so good at reminding me like of change and how I've evolved, because they're one of the ones that'll say, Crystal, you used to hate change and now you embrace it. Just pat yourself on the back. And so that's good. I like those reminders. That's a healthy reflection and remember like one day I did not embrace change like this. I've went to several different schools. I'm not even going to name you how many colleges I went to, but I'm pretty sure I have like 200 and something hours. I had to have 150 just for a master's, but I'm pretty sure I had over that because times I've transferred and all the hours and stuff didn't transfer. But throughout that, I didn't give up. My goal was to finish school a few times and I did it every time. So, regardless of the changes, I think it's good to be able to have it in you, to have that flexibility or that willingness, capacity to handle change. I was just thinking sometime we can have just difficult stuff happen to us, just challenging, really adverse, or just downright bad. But unfortunately, the bad thing happened. Unfortunately, the bad thing happened. Fortunately, I believe whatever something bad comes to you, you have the equivalent seed or greater to turn that around and make it work in your favor. I don't believe all is lost. I believe you may have to dig harder to find the good, but it's there. And if you nurture that, you'll be fine. But if you plant the seed and accept the new change and reorganize at a higher level, because obviously the way you're operating doesn't fit the new environment. So you got to bring yourself up higher to be able to deal with certain things. And that's nothing better than growth. Nothing better than growth. And when you're done dealing with a difficult situation, it feels good to have that under your victory belt and say, goodness gracious, that was difficult. But you know what? I'm so glad I went through with it. I'm so glad I made that change. Hey, getting up and relocating isn't easy. Oh my goodness. The logistics is just enough to drive you insane. But you can do it. If something requires that, don't be afraid of it just because it's new. A new job, new people. That's okay. That's okay. You'll never be called without being equipped. And one thing that helps me embrace change just a little bit more is every day I have to make sure I remind myself that I'm fully equipped to accomplish everything that I need in that day. So why would God just not supply you with his strength, his peace, his direction, his provision, his protection, especially if you're asking for it? Now, if you're asking these things for the wrong purposes, then he's just not for that. But if your heart is in the right direction, you're coming from the right place, he's going to back you up. He's going to be for you. So this is a beautiful, beautiful episode because you know what? If you're willing to accept some change in your life, I'd say you have one of the best qualities. You have one of the best qualities in this world. Yeah, there's plenty others. But that willingness, that adaptability to change, that comes with some resilience and everything. When you can do that, you can bounce back and you can recover from anything because you have a way that you're going to find your new surroundings to be something to complement what you're doing right now. So evaluate where you are in your life today. Are there some places that you've been too comfortable in? Should you introduce a healthy challenge or even an adverse condition for yourself? Meaning that you will come out on top. You know that you will win. I encourage you to think about this today. Embrace a new activity. Embrace a new way of thinking. Embrace a new way of interacting. It's so many ways that you can just take this and run with it. But I know you have the willingness and the spirit in you to adapt. Adaptation is everything. So I hope you've enjoyed. It's been an honor and a pleasure, just like it is every single time. If you haven't already, be sure that you like, subscribe, share, comment, subscribe. If I haven't said that already. www.fosa.company. Go on down there on the website, look around. You'll check out the podcast. We do have some clothing on there. Check that out. And until next time, we'll catch you later.